Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to go ahead and just talk a little bit about my journey. Just go ahead a little bit over of what I've accomplished so far these past 7 months and what I hope to continue to accomplish. I'm very excited actually. I learn every day a little bit new, so let's see where I go with this. Starting off, I think I finally learned how fat I really was. I think it was when I started doing just daily activities of just, tying my shoe, maybe walking a good 5-10 feet, maybe that way, or maybe just bending over to pick something up. I started feeling out of breath. I actually at one point started having trouble breathing properly. My sister would start making comments of, I'm sitting down playing some video games and I could hear you across the room breathing, and I was like, no, you can't. Like I was thinking, she's just messing around with me, or she's just trying to get to me or something. But it wasn't until I started having those problems, I was coughing a lot, I was just having problems breathing, that I finally started opening up my eyes and I finally actually looked into the mirror. I finally actually saw how much I've gone, and I won't lie, the first initial reaction was terrifying. I was really, really scared. I felt that I had finally done it, that this was finally the point of no return, that I had finally done it and there was no more going back, and this is it. Like, I was at a point that I couldn't get back to, just because I've always been a bigger guy. So, I've always struggled a little bit here and there. I would lose a little weight and I'll be okay, but I felt that this was it. Like, this was finally, I can't get back from this. I am now stuck like this for the rest of my life. And I honestly, the first night I did find out, I honestly cried. I did. I really did. I just felt like complete and utter crap. I felt so disappointed in myself. When I look back, even right now when I still look at it, what caused me to get to that point where I was a few months ago. There's a few variable factors. I think one of the biggest contributors was definitely just at the time I wasn't in a good place mentally. I was very stressed out from work. I wasn't really going to school at the time. Wasn't working out, so my daily life would just be, go to work, come home. I wouldn't move from my room. I'd just stay in bed or lay on the couch and do nothing but play video games and, I don't know, watch Netflix or something. Definitely because of where I was mentally, I felt a little stuck. I just graduated high school. I decided to take the year off, and I started having a little bit of regret, and I started falling a little bit into my thoughts. Because of that, my anxiety kicked in, and unfortunately, one of the biggest contributors to why I got so fat was, unfortunately, I have a unhealthy relationship with food. If I'm upset, I'll eat. If I'm stressed out, I'll cope and eat with that. I'll eat because I'm upset. I'll eat because I'm angry. I'll eat just because I see the food. I could just finish eating and I'll go eat it again just because I want to. I think it's just because I was bored and I had nothing better to do. I would just eat for the sake of it. Roughly, it was just, just a vicious cycle. And unfortunately, once you start getting into it, you don't really notice. And at the time, I was just so focused in my head, dealing with just certain things going on in my personal life and things like that, that I wasn't looking at what I was doing. And that's honestly what just caused me to get as big as I did. Just that vicious cycle of, putting myself down, kept overeating, no physical exercise, and just not doing anything with my time, just not finding something to make me happy. I started this journey just roughly about, now 7 months and a half going in now. I started at a weight of about 298 when I last weighed myself. Currently right now, as of today, I do weigh 177. I am pretty happy about that. So, not yet to where we are, but we're slowly working towards our goals. And I hope you guys are here to watch as we continue going lower and lower and just hitting where we want to. Definitely one thing I want to make sure I could get a point across is, I always want to make sure that I let you guys know that there's always time to change. If you guys could see just, how bad I was and now to where I am right now. I thought the same. I thought, it's over, you failed. This is it. This is how you're going to be for the rest of your life. That's not necessarily true. I know sometimes, I know how it feels, just, you live in your thoughts so much and you just live in that thing and you think that same day is going to be your whole future in life, that you think that's all it's going to be. And one thing I just want to make sure that I could go and point out for you guys is just because it's not today doesn't mean it can't be tomorrow, or it can't be the next day or the next month or the next year. You know, things happen. You know, there's gonna be, you know, in the course of you know, all this, me and my sister in our journey, you know, we're gonna have little setbacks. We're gonna have little things, and you know, things in life happen. You know, we can't stop them. But definitely, you know, I think the best thing I could let you guys know is just, instead of focusing so much on motivation sometimes, it's just creating little habits. That's honestly what's going to help you. You know, just because you can't do it today, you could do something tiny that will build into something big. One of my biggest philosophies when it comes to this, that helps me really whenever I, you know, lose that motivation, because, you know, motivation is going to come and go. It's going to, you know, and that's the reality of it, is time's going to pass us by regardless. You know, time's always going to, you know, be the one thing we're never going to be able to own, or you know, it will always own us, unfortunately, in a certain way. But time could either work for you or against you. So, you know, even if you just do little tiny changes gradually, you know, those little changes in a few 3 years amount to something so huge. It's like, even if you only work out once a week, but you do that consistently over a few years, you're gonna see such a huge difference. As you guys could see, me doing no physical work and just eating just for like approximately like just 8-9 months, look where it got me. Now, you know, I'm consistently, you know, hitting a daily regimen of, you know, 5 days a week going training, you know, good little diet, you know, here and there splurging. And that's what keeps me balanced. And I think that's definitely one thing I want you guys to know. Just know there's always time. Don't feel like it's over. You know, I can't stress that hard enough. One of the biggest things you guys are going to learn when it comes to this is just your mental game. You really have to work on your mental game when it comes to this, because that's the number one thing that's going to help you guys out. So definitely just don't be afraid of it. You know, there's always time. It's never too late. If it wasn't too late for me, why is it too late for you? You know, we're still going in. So I want to make sure you guys do take from that.